thank you so much for joining me for today's tutorial on how I make my beautiful Welsh wool hearts. These hearts are beautiful and they can be used for so many things. You can use them as applique on your blankets, you can attach them to your bags, or as applique on your clothing. They can also make lovely little pockets. Or you could make several of them and string them up and make beautiful Valentine's bunting. So for today's project, I'm going to be using my Welsh wool here, and this is in Robin Red. I shall leave a link in the description box below for you for anybody who is interested in using this particular wool. However, you can use any yarn that you have to hand, of course. So we will also need a crochet hook, and today I'm going to be using my 3.5mm crochet hook. We'll also need a darning needle and a sharp pair of scissors. So without further ado, let's make a beautiful Welsh wool heart. Okay, so let's begin by making a slip knot onto our crochet hook. Like so. And to begin, we're going to chain 2. So 1, 2. Now we're going to place 3 single crochets. This is in US terminology. So if you're using UK terminology, this will be your double crochet. So we're going to place 3 single crochet into our second chain from our hook. So 1, 2, one more, 3. So we now have 3 single crochet in the second chain from our hook. So you should have something that looks similar to this now. Now we're going to chain 1 and we're going to turn our work over. Okay, so we now have a stitch count of 3 and we're going to place 2 single crochet into our first stitch. So 1, and again into that very same stitch another single crochet, into the next stitch 1 single crochet, and into the last stitch 2 single crochet, which will leave us with a stitch count of 5. So 1 and another one in that last stitch. Okay, so it now looks something similar to this, and we're going to chain 1, and again turn the work over. Some more yarn here. Okay, so in the first stitch here we're going to do another increase, so that's 2 single crochet into that very first stitch. So 1, and again into that same stitch another single crochet. Okay, and now we're going to crochet along 1 single crochet in each stitch until we get to the last stitch. Okay, and now we're at the last stitch. We're going to place 2 single crochet, so this is another increase. So 1, and again in that same stitch 2. Okay, and now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. So you now have a stitch count of 7. Okay, in the very first stitch we're going to do an increase again, so that's our 2 single crochet, 1 and 2. Okay, and now we're going to single crochet along until we reach the very last stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, and in the very last stitch here we are going to place 2 single crochet for another increase, 1 and another one in the same stitch. There we go, and we're going to chain 1 and turn our work, and that now gives us a stitch count of 9. Now this round is going to be slightly different. We're just going to single crochet in each of the stitches, keeping our stitch count of 9. So let's go ahead, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the last one, 9. Okay, and now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. Okay, for this round is another increase round now. So in the very first stitch, we're going to place 2 single crochet, 1, and again in that same stitch, another single crochet. Okay, and now we're going to single crochet along to the very last stitch. Okay, and in the very last stitch is another increase, so we're now going to place 2 single crochet into this stitch. Okay, and we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. And now we have a stitch count of 11. So on this round is going to be 1 single crochet in each stitch along, so this isn't an increase round, so we're going to keep our stitch count of 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's get some more yarn. 10, and the last one 11. There we go. So now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work again. Okay, now we're back to an increase round. So we're going to place 2 single crochet into our very first stitch here. So 1 and another one, 2. Okay, and now we're going to single crochet all the way along until the very last stitch. Okay, and in the very last stitch is an increase, so we're going to place 2 single crochet into that stitch, 1 and 2. Okay, and now we're going to chain and turn our work again. So we now have a stitch count of 13, and this is another increase round, so we're going to place 2 single crochet into our very first stitch here, and then we're going to continue single crochet until we reach our very last stitch. Okay, and when we reach our last stitch, this is another increase, so we're going to place our 2 single crochet into this very last stitch, and then we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. Okay, so you now have something that is looking like this, and this is the base of our heart here. So now we're going to begin shaping the lobes of the heart here. Okay, so for this round it's going to be slightly different now. So we're going to single crochet along the first 7 stitches and then stop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, in the next stitch along we're going to make a slip stitch, and then we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. So now we're going to single crochet along the next 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And now we're going to decrease, single crochet decrease in these last 2 stitches. So if you've not done this before, you pop your hook through, pull the yarn through, 2 loops on your hook, stop there, pop your hook through the last stitch, pull the yarn through, 3 loops on our hook now, yarn over and pull through all 3, and chain 1. Turn your work. Now we're going to decrease, single crochet decrease the first 2 stitches, so hook through, pull the yarn through, hook through the next stitch, pull the yarn through, 3 loops on our hook now, yarn over and pull through all 3. And now we're going to single crochet the next 2 stitches, And now we're going to do another single crochet decrease and chain 1 and turn. And now we're going to do single crochet decrease followed by another single crochet decrease. And that is the first part of the lobe complete. So now we just need to cut our yarn at this point now. So we can go ahead and make the other side. Okay, so just pull that through. You turn your work over now. We are going to join with a slip stitch into the very same stitch that we slip stitched into when we were making the base of the lobe. Okay, or if it's easier, count back 7 stitches and that will give you the space where you need to place your slip stitch. Okay, but if you can see the stitch where you did your slip stitch into, then just go ahead and join your yarn here. Okay, and now we're going to single crochet 7 this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the last one 7. Okay, now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. Now for the first stitch here we are going to do a decrease, so we're going to do single crochet decrease in these first 2 stitches here. Okay, and now we're going to single crochet along to the end. Through that tail. Okay, and once you've reached there we're going to chain 1. I'm just going to sort my yarn, it's got a little knot here coming up, and there we go. Okay, so you've chained 1 and now we turn our work again, and now we are going to do a decrease on the first 2 stitches here. So go ahead and do a single crochet decrease, and now we're going to work our way along to the last 2 stitches here, and we're going to do another single crochet decrease, chain 1, turn our work, and now we're going to do single crochet decrease followed by a single crochet decrease, and there we have the second lobe complete. So all that's left to do now is to cut our yarn and pull through, and then all that's left for us to do now is to weave in our ends. So there's so many uses. I think I'm going to continue making a few more of these, and I'm going to string them up with some rustic twine and make a lovely Welsh heart bunting with mine. So I do hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for further videos, and I shall see you in the next tutorial. Bye for now.